What is up, guys? David here from Overland Nomad, and this right here is one of my favorite power stations that I've reviewed yet. Stay tuned. This right here is the Anker SOLIX C1000 power station, and I've already had a relationship with this company. As you can see that I have the big brother right here. This is a 2000 watt hour power station that I've abused. So you can see it's all nasty and dirty, and I really put it to the test, and it's been my favorite power station. This one right here, it's the little brother, and even the design is very similar. Let's talk specs on the Anker SOLIX C1000. This uses an LFP battery. That's the kind of battery chemistry that you do want in a power station. It's very safe, and it can recharge a lot more times than other types. That is the type of chemistry that you do want. This has ultra fast charging, 100% in 58 minutes, guys. That is so fast. I mean, 0 to 100 in less than an hour. You don't have to worry about taking hours to recharge. Some of the power stations that I have in this size take a lot. I know one power station that I just reviewed takes 5 hours, and it's the same size as this one, but this one right here does it in 58 minutes. Pretty wild. 600 watt solar input at 1.8 hour, 100% recharge time. So solar input of 600 watts, very good. Size of this power station is 1056 watt hours. This is also a UPS system, so you can plug in your electronics that need electricity. So the power goes out, this thing will keep powering it no matter what. It's got a 20 millisecond switchover. Their app is very intuitive. I really like the Anker SOLIX app. I've used it many times on my other power station, and the design on it is the best. You also have this very nice ambient LED light. My other power station has the same one, and it's perfect when I go camping in my tent. I turn that one on, and it has a nice little ambient light. It's not even a white light, it's a yellowish light, so it's very, very nice. There is an expansion battery available to double at 2112 watt hours, so you can stack another expansion pack on top so you can double it. This does come in at 28.43 pounds, and it's got a 5-year warranty, which is important. Let's talk about the design of this Anker SOLIX, and I gotta say, to me, their products always kind of remind me, they're kind of like the Apple of power stations. They're really nice design. It's very, and that's subjective, and I really do think they're very nice. They put a lot of thought into it. I like that it's got a flat top on top. You can stack things on. It's got 2 handles here. And again, the design is really nice. It looks like quality. I mean, look at this button right here. It's very nice. It's even got a little light inside of it. It does have a unibody construction, so they claim that you can drop it, you can do whatever you want, and it's gonna hold. And I can tell you that with the other power station that I have from the same manufacturer, I've abused it, and as you saw, it was beaten up, and it's held totally fine. It's still very good. The screen on this is it's a little small, but it's easy to read, nice and crisp, no problem. A lot of power stations will have an LED bar or an LED light, and it's just more of it's just there, but doesn't really serve much of a purpose just having a light there. But this one, actually, they made it very diffused. They made it like yellowish to kind of set the mood right when you go camping and all that. I like that. Let's talk about the side here. You have your expansion pack connection, which is a huge connection on the side that you're probably not gonna ever use unless you do buy that expansion pack. I do like this little blue accents here. It tells you portable power station, 1056 watt hours, designed by Anker Innovations. They really thought out on the design on this. They really put some meaning into it. And then you have your input here. This is to charge it with the charging block. And then you have your XT60 for solar purposes. Talking about the exterior, let's talk about the ports here. This has 6 AC ports, which is a lot for this size of power station. I don't think I've seen this many in a power station. And honestly, I wish they would double up on the car socket, because the people that do camping and overlanding kind of thing, this is more that what we use. We really don't use a lot of AC. This is more for, I guess, home appliances and all that. But anyways, this is rated at 1800 watts. You have your 2 USB-A's rated at 20 watts each. And then you have your two USB-C's. One is for 100 watt and one is for 30 watts. This button right here is to turn on the syncing for the application to your phone. You have a reset button in there, you got your power button, and then this is to turn on the DC or the car socket. It does come with some cables. You have your charging connection. It's not a power brick, which is nice, it's just a cable. It's one of these regular standard cables that are very common, which is very nice. But I don't know if you could use just a regular household cable, because this one does have this little piece built into it. So I'm not sure if you have to strictly use this one or you can use one of the regular appliance ones. You have your car charger, which does use the XT60 connection. And then you have your XT60 to 2 solar inputs. So that's pretty nice that they give you this so you can plug in to solar. First test is 12-volt fridge. So if you're doing car camping, overlanding, you usually have one of these 12-volt fridges. This is like a medium-sized one. So let's see how much power we're using right now. And I'm not sure if the screen can be seen. It kind of dims out a little bit after, like dims out after a bit. So we are running 55 watts, which I'm not a big fan of how tiny the little lettering is. I wish it was like split here in the middle so it's a lot easier to read. And it tells me right here 19 hours remaining at 100%, and it's showing out. I'm not sure if we can mess with the settings on the timeout, the screen timeout on the app, because I'm sure the app has some settings you can mess with. So again, 48, 50 watts, 19.3 hours, not bad. Next up on the test is this saw. Let's go ahead and turn on the AC. It's got a little light on that button, which is nice, showing us a little image right there, a little icon for the AC plug. So let's go ahead and try it out and see how much we can get out of it. A little bit less than it said about 0.8 hours right there. Next up on the testing is this Instapot. You never know when you want to run an Instapot, maybe your power goes out or you take this camping with you. You could do that with the Anker SOLIX. But let's see how long we could run it on, let's say, the saute mode. So let's go ahead and hit it. Press start. Let's go back to the Anker SOLIX. Let's go back over here to the Anker SOLIX. Now we're running around 972 watts on saute mode. That's about an hour of runtime with the Anker SOLIX. Obviously, that's a lot of power getting used. One thing that really bugging me is that timeout, screen timeout. I need to see if I can adjust that on the app. So again, 969 watts right there, 0.9 remaining hours. Now let's run an air fryer. This right here is using a lot more power. It's got about 1,357 watts, 0.7 remaining hours. You can hear, I don't know if you can hear, but the fans are kicking in on high. And my last test is I'm gonna run both of them at the same time on the Anker SOLIX. So let's go ahead, and I wanna see if there's any settings on the app that can kind of enable for a surge power or if it does it by itself. So again, let's turn this on, running it. They're gonna put this on saute mode. Let's see what happens. Might just overrun it. Yeah, the phone's showing 2,317 watts. Again, surge power is supposed to be at, what was it, like 3,300 or something like that? I'll put it down below. It's running high. Let's see what we're showing on my phone here. AC output. Yeah. It's dropping a little bit. Hey, but it's able to do it. Remaining power, 24 minutes. This is obviously an overkill test to do, but it's good to see how the Anker SOLIX can handle such high demands. To conclude this review, the Anker SOLIX C1000 has been really awesome. It's one of my favorite power stations. Honestly, my favorite one though is the big brother, the 2,000 watt-hour power station, because that one is just so much power. But this one, I'm going to be using it a lot more. with the other one. And what I do like is I do like their app. Their app is really nice, really intuitive. But everything else on this power station has been good. As you saw in the testing, it was able to take two big energy sources like nothing. I really do think this is a great power station. Price is at $649 on their website at the moment. And yeah, and if you have any of their products and you want to leave a review, we'll leave it down below in the comments. Let us know what you think about them. But that's about it on this video. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.